Right now, on China's coast, there is a 40-story building that has 0 offices, 0 apartments, and yet it can power an entire city district for hours. It's the world's first fully operational 25-megawatt, 100-megawatt-hour gravity battery tower already wired into the Chinese grid.
A whole skyscraper? Just to store electricity? Why would anyone do that?
Because that one tower is just the first piece of a pipeline of at least 3.7 gigawatt-hours of gravity storage China is already planning and building. Analysts think their gravity storage market alone could reach around $1 billion a year by the early 2030s.
So while we're still arguing about lithium, they're quietly scaling skyscraper-sized batteries?
Exactly. China is already the largest energy storage market on Earth, and many new solar and wind projects are legally required to include storage. That's how they can go from wild concept to a 35 to nearly 40-story gravity tower connected to the grid in just a few years.
Okay, before we go any deeper, if you love this kind of hidden green tech breakdown, hit like now, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the rest of this story. It takes you 1 second, but it tells the algorithm to show this to more people who care about clean energy.
Alright, here's the simple version so the rest of this makes sense. A gravity battery uses electricity when it's cheap and abundant to lift heavy blocks up a tall structure, storing energy as height. Later, when the grid actually needs power, the system lowers those blocks back down. The motors run in reverse as generators, turning that stored height into electricity, just like pumped hydro, but with solid blocks instead of water.
So charge is lifting the blocks, and discharge is dropping them carefully through generators?
Exactly. Because the storage medium is just mass at height, there's no chemical reaction to wear out. The blocks can be reused for decades, and they can be made from local materials or waste, like soil, sand, or recycled concrete, instead of imported lithium, cobalt, or nickel. If that clicked for you, type "gravity greater than chemistry" in the comments, so I know you made it past the geeky part.
And if you're still a bit lost, keep watching. We're about to step inside the Chinese tower, and the visuals will do half the explaining for you.
Let's go back to Rudong, Jiangsu province, near Shanghai. China's flagship gravity battery there is a 25-megawatt, 100-megawatt-hour EVX tower, roughly 120 to 148 meters tall, or about a 35 to 40-story building. It sits next to a wind farm and is directly connected to the State Grid Corporation of China, making it the first commercial, non-pumped hydro gravity storage system at utility scale.
And inside it's just rails, cranes, and composite blocks going up and down?
Pretty much. When there's surplus wind or solar, motors hoist tens of ton blocks up into storage positions high in the tower. When demand peaks, control software chooses which blocks to lower and how fast, and the motors generate power back into the grid. Current Chinese setups are designed for around 4 hours of storage, with about 75 to 80% round-trip efficiency. The key is that Rudong is not a one-off PR stunt. Energy Vault's partners in China already have 9 EVX projects in development totaling about 3.7 gigawatt-hours, with at least 3 more towers under construction, plus a 175-meter, 17-megawatt, 68-megawatt-hour project in Jiangyi.
So that's a whole generation of buildings being designed as batteries from day one.
Compare that with Europe and North America. You do see gravity ideas, weights in mine shafts, rail cars on hills, even rival towers. But most Western projects are still pilot scale, with very few fully commercial systems feeding national grids. Fragmented grid operators, slower permitting, and market rules written for gas plants and lithium batteries make it hard for gravity systems to get paid for what they're good at. Multi-hour shifting, curtailment reduction, and long lifetimes.
So China is proving the physics at full scale, while the West is still stuck in demo day. If gravity batteries really work, that's a serious head start.
The upside is that the playbook is now visible. Clear, long-duration storage tenders, faster siting on brownfield land, and standardized designs could let Western countries catch up and even adapt the idea with their own waste materials and workers. If this gave you a new mental picture of how we can store clean energy without huge lithium farms, hit like. It really helps this video reach more people.
Subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss our next deep dives. And follow us on Instagram at thegreenblueprint_TGB for behind-the-scenes clips and extra visuals.
For our next episodes, we're choosing between 3 crazy topics.
Stay tuned to find out which one we have chosen for you. Thanks for watching The Green Blueprint. See you in the next one.
As always, stay healthy, stay informed, stay green.